Hunt mule deer with guide Pat West of Dakota Ranch Outfitters.
I think those deer are going to move up to the left through that valley.
The rolling prairies of South Dakota don't offer much in the way of stalking cover, so it's going to take a few miles of snaking through the grass for Kaiser to get into range of a true jackpot of a mule deer.
232, Mark. All right.
And even then, the deal may not be done on this monster buck, as we shall see on this wide-racked episode of Truck Vault's Extreme Hunts.
Truck Vault's Extreme Hunts is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, Smith & Wesson, safety, security, protection, and sport. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Truck Vault, manufacturers of the world's finest secure in-vehicle storage systems.
Way to western South Dakota to hunt mule deer, and not just any mule deer, big mule deer with Pat West of Dakota Ranch Outfitters. Pat's got some great country. Him and I just kind of hit it off recently, got to talking. He invited me out, and I am super excited to be on my way over there. I'm hoping this is going to be my big mule deer hunt for the year. You know, the one where you get maybe the 30-incher. And that's tough to find these days. That's why I'm traveling so far today, to get over to Pat's, hook up with him, and hopefully find that buck.
The luck of the draw has given host Mark Kaiser a permit that allows him to hunt for mule deer or whitetail throughout western South Dakota. So he's picked the small town of Phillip to be his headquarters for the expedition. And to guide him after big deer, Kaiser's chosen Pat West of Dakota Ranch Outfitters, who knows the game and the country in these parts like the back of his hand.
Mark Kaiser, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Glad you finally made it out here.
I am so excited. Out of all the hunts this fall, I've been thinking of big mule deer.
Well,
so I've been thinking about you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we've been seeing some great mule deer out there.
Oh, wow.
Great mule deer.
Are we going to waste time here talking, or are we going to go hunting?
I think we can go out this afternoon and see what we can find.
All right. Can you help me grab my bag and go in and change clothes and we'll head out?
I'm glad you're here.
I am super glad to be here.
Here at Dakota Ranch Outfitters, it's really important for us to make sure that we give the hunter that comes in a great quality hunt overall. Number one, we want to make sure that they see a lot of animals, which they will. And number two, we want to make sure that they harvest only quality animals. We're hunting during the rut this time of year, so there's a lot of movement, a lot of bucks moving around. So we're going to get up on a high vantage point and be able to see as far as we can and then move in for a long stop.
You know, growing up in South Dakota, I kind of know how I want to hunt this place. What are your thoughts on it, though?
Well, you know, I think if we're going to concentrate on mule deer, Mark, we'll probably want to get up on some of these high ridges, glass some of these heavier draws that have all the brush in them, kind of work those areas and see if we can get lucky with something.
Okay. Yeah, it's hot enough. Those deer, if they're not in the shade of the draw, they're going to be chasing does. That's the question. And the other thing I think we should look at, and a lot of guys overlook this, especially on deer during the rut, and it doesn't matter if it's white-tailed or mule deer, but water.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're going to need water some point during the day. So.
Sure. And then maybe later on in the afternoon, we can check out the food sources. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
hit her.
Let's go. Well, my expectations were met the very first afternoon. I wasn't able to get here until late of the first day of the hunt, and Pat didn't let me down. The very first, and I mean first ranch we drove into to take off and hike and start glassing, we started running into big bucks right away. I mean bucks that really, really make you think hard. Should I be pulling the trigger? Because you don't get a chance like that every time on big muleys. There's just not a lot of them anymore. Now I can handle, you know, the decision, should I shoot this caliber muley or that caliber muley? But the next day, Pat throws a whole other twist into the hunt. And that was, he started adding in whitetails.
Yeah, there's quite a few deer out there on that flat.
Those ones to the west there, those are Those are all mule deer, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
There's some whitetails in it right in here. Oh, he's easy 140 class whitetail.
Yeah.
As that sun's coming up, those mule deer are going towards that creek, aren't they?
Yeah, they're starting to float in there. They're all going towards the bottom.
That whitetail's, he's going in there, into that pocket over there. You see that?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly where he's going, Mark. I think that if we swing back around to our right down below, we can get a better look at him.
Okay.
And you need to make a decision on what you want to shoot, whitetail or mule deer.
I like those decisions, though. That's better than no deer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was almost too much for me on the very beginning of the hunt to decide what was I gonna hunt. I didn't care. I was having fun. We were seeing lots of deer, lots of mature deer, and some great country.
Right there. There's a deer right there. Right there.
One crow. Back here.
It's 314, Mark.
Across?
Right over here to your left. Right here.
Okay.
That bank.
Oh, there he is, right there.
What's he look like, Mark?
Right there in that corner. See him coming in?
Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is.
God, he's a good buck. He's young, though, isn't he?
Yeah, looks like he's like a 5 on both sides. Isn't he a 5x5?
5x5. Ah, he's one of those bucks where, what's he gonna be like next year?
Yeah, no kidding.
Look at him. Now he's pushing those does up out of that draw. He is rutting hard.
He's definitely going to stay down this bottom, isn't he?
Now he's coming back right back down to the bottom.
Man, he's a good deer, but I don't know.
This early in the hunt, you're not gonna force me to shoot yet, are you?
No.
You're just showing me too many good deer.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good whitetails and mule deer both, so I think we'll probably let him go. And
Let's just back out of here, and if we need, you know, if we all of a sudden we come up dry, we can come back here and hunt him.
yeah, that sounds good.
Somehow I don't think we're gonna come up dry. No.
No kidding. Get out of here.
Midway through the hunt, I saw a deer that I thought was worthy of my attention and my efforts. Pat and I had been glassing this big open hillside that had a lot of finger draws coming in it, that came down to a creek and good feeding fields above it. Perfect central location for mule deer to hang out. Sure enough, late in the afternoon, we spied a big, wide mule deer buck, an older buck too, probably a 5.5-year-old buck. He was moving does right, left, and in between. But with the daylight disappearing, we just didn't feel like we had the time to make the right effort, the right stalk to get him. So instead of pushing too hard and bungling the opportunity, we backed out and made a plan for the next morning.
Hang in there as the tension mounts as Kaiser tries to crawl his way into a herd of mule deer to get a shot at a giant buck when Truck Vault's Extreme Hunts returns.